What's happening, party people? Still in the Chicago area, but I'm running out of time. So I need to check the list of stuff that I need to do for people. Make sure I don't miss nobody that's struggling with transportation issues, critical. And man, I'm gonna have to bounce back. I got appointments in the week coming up at home. I got a trip that's paid for with airline tickets I got to take. I got my fishing trip coming up. So I'm going to have to bounce and bounce back. So I'll be back in a few weeks, but I got to take care of probably about 4 or 5 more people before I leave. So that's that. I don't think I had any more donations towards my printer purchase that I'm going to get. T-shirt printer that'll print other things as well, press on things. So if you guys want information on that, that's in my description area. Help me out. I got a GoFundMe set up, man. We ain't even scratched the surface on that thing. So far, I guess I'm 5% to my goal. Big gap there. If you want to help, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Man, the weather here the last couple days been great. It's supposed to get a little warm today. So I hope I don't get too roughed up out here. Then tonight I'll have to do some laundry because I'm running out of essential clothes that I need. But hey, had a good day yesterday. I helped Irving. Man, we got his cruise control working on his V70R. He had a brake line that started leaking. He thought it popped, but it actually rubbed through on his wheel. So we got that taken care of. And a 740 brake line fit perfect back there. We also got his air conditioner serviced. He was told he had a bad condenser. Man, these cars just don't lose condensers. They could get damaged, but I couldn't see no damage on that condenser that would have caused a leak. So we peeked in there at the evaporator, and man, that evaporator's leaking bad. So we vacuumed it down, and it seemed to hold vacuum for a little while. So we went ahead and serviced it. We'll see how long that lasts. But he's got a plan on getting an evaporator replaced on that thing. Man, there's a common thing. In the day's video, we went to the dyno with both of Sebastian's P80 cars. And so that was fun. And I also got working more on this S70, pulled the dash on that, and replaced the heater core. Still had an original heater core. And I made a statement in there that it was an original heater core waiting for the opportunity to explode. And lo and behold, last night, I had a guy call me from the western end of Canada. I don't know what you call that part of the country up there, but it's a little north of the Seattle area. And he's been paying to have work done on his car, man. He's probably $6,000-7,000 deep on that thing. And he had a heater core blow yesterday. And then instead of stopping, he continued to try to get somewhere. I don't know where he was trying to get to. But now he thinks his engine seized. It doesn't take long for a car that doesn't have coolant or doesn't have oil to destroy the engine. You know, I got a t-shirt designed that I want to start printing on. That's why I went to new printer, part of the reason why. And the t-shirt says, a tow is cheaper than an engine. I don't know how many stories I hear about people that lose coolant or lose oil and don't turn that key off immediately. If you get a low coolant light, unfortunately his low coolant light wasn't working and he didn't get it fixed. Or you get a low oil pressure light, I turn the key off and then I drift to the side and pull the car over. Because I don't want to pull over and then turn the engine off. That might be too late. And story after story, all the time, I hear about people destroying engines because they didn't get that thing shut down. So I'm encouraging you, if you have an issue, shut it down and pull it over. Call a tow truck. I promise you, a tow is cheaper than an engine. A lot of people say, "What? I don't think it was safe, man." What would you do if you had a tire blowout? Would you drive that thing another 3 miles? Well, some people might. I don't know. Anyway, if you haven't got a heater core replaced, replace it. There's a video link in the description area that tells you what I recommend you haven't done and checked out as soon as you get one of these cars. And that wouldn't be a bad thing to check out every year or every other year, just to make sure that you're protecting your transportation mode. Man, a guy called me up wanting me to drive a car out there for him to have. I'm not driving no car from freaking Cincinnati all the way up to Seattle so you can have a ride, man. I don't even know how you get those words out of your mouth. But hey, I guess if you're paying $300 a day for travel, all expenses, and for the vehicle, I guess I can make that trip. Unless, of course, you want to steal from me like the guy did a couple years ago. Had me deliver a car out to the Bay Area. Hadn't paid for it. So, other than that, I am going to get to work. Thanks for watching. Kicking off the day at Rudd's Racing Daily Drift Competition. If you're a drifter, we're going to get Sebastian's vehicles on the dyno, get a pool recorded, and go from there. That's a Beamer, huh? Yeah. And here's another. The facility here doesn't want anybody in the shop area, so they're going to do everything themselves, I guess, including the pools. I don't know if they're recording anything on video or not, but we'll probably be able to see the puffs of smoke and hear the noise. Looking at the dyno numbers for Sebastian's new race car.
Those are great.
And what do you got here, Alex?
Oh, that's something. That's the Volvo 240 blower motor.
That's right. I've seen them. I knew I've seen those before. Those look brand new.
I made tooling for that because they were not available. So.
Really?
Yep.
So now you're manufacturing the blower motor wheels. Are they right and left, or are they both the same?
Right and left. Yeah.
Okay, so they're different.
In a different direction. They're balanced. You know, the injection mold was prefined.
Okay.
So when it comes out of the injection mold, it's already balanced. They don't choose the position because that little tiny wheel out of balance will get rid of the motor quickly.
Okay, so an out of balance wheel destroys the motor as usual. Yep. So one's driver's side, one's passenger side.
Right, you know, it's easily you can
brand new.
Yeah, ready to go. Yeah, because you know sometimes people like cannot take them off because there's a little tiny bushing on the inside.
Yeah, I know that.
And the other part is there's a lock clip that
spring
interlocks
clip.
with the shaft of the motor has a spleens that the locking ring is locked on.
Yeah.
So it's just a thing to have, you know, for the 240 people. You know, it's beautiful.
Nice.
But
nice.
dyno numbers, that's more important.
I don't know. I like my air blowing. I like my air. All right. Thanks for sharing, man. We'll put a link to where these are on the website
Cool.
in the remarks section of this video. Have a new tool purchase. Sebastian gets to be the first one to use it. Look at them thin wrenches. They look like good quality wrenches too. Yep, got to tighten up those sway bar end links. Stop all this clicking. No, you're probably tightening it. Is it spinning in there? That's tighten. Maybe it's 15.
I ain't doing nothing.
Is it stripped? Are you sure it's not spinning in there? Maybe you don't have a flat spot to tighten it on. Time to get back at it. It's S70. First thing I'm gonna do is pull this heater cord. Get this box pulled away from the firewall so we can get at this evaporator. Let's get this heater core out. Appears to be an original heater cord, just waiting for the place to explode. We don't do original heater cores here. So I think I'm ready to pull this out after I disconnect the lines out there. So let me go disconnect those lines, and of course the video with the details is linked in the description area below. Small one came loose real easy with the blue, and the black one, man, I couldn't get it loose. I tried 2-3 different sizes, so I finally put the black one back on there. And then I got the pry bar and pried it to pop right out. So I should be ready to go. I don't think I need to remove that nut like I had been in the past. So let me go inside and see if I can pull that thing off the firewall. We are in like Flint. Time to undo all these screws around this box and pull this evaporator out. I have the evaporator out. Hit it with my light, with my yellow goggles, and it doesn't look like it's leaking that bad. There's some leakage down around the bottom. You can see that lighting up there. Some leakage up around this side. It's just kind of leaking everywhere. So I don't know how long it was holding the refrigerant, but yeah, this thing needs to be replaced. Look at that, how it glows there. So let's get this thing replaced. So there's the old, there's the new. I realize now that you can pull a blower motor or your fan resistor and get to this. So this side can be cleaned. You can clean this if you need to. Check yours and get it clean. Lunchtime, we gotta go eat. Back at it. Can't find the gasket styrofoam for the new evaporator, so I'm gonna have to take the stuff off the old one. Had to peel the gasket off of this one and put some contact cement around this unit, and I'm gonna hopefully glue it on the heater. So I'm waiting for that to set for a few minutes. Contact cement for the win. We are about to go back in with this thing. Whoop, whoop. I didn't even know this felt piece here was up here, but it fell down. Had to glue that back up. Now I'm gonna try to raise this up, get it through the firewall. Let's get cracking. I'm already huffing and puffing. I ain't even start pushing yet. Broke a sweat getting that box back in there, but the hard part is yet to come. Connecting these pipes out here. But I have Pang oil this time, so I don't have to cheat with any other kind of oil. Let me see if I get these lines connected. I lined the pipes and I lubricate them with the oil that I poured out of the old evaporator. That thing has a lot of oil in it. Anyway, let me go ahead and try to pop these in one at a time. And if either one has a problem popping in, I'll try to pry it in with the other one. So let me get cracking. This is the toughest part of the job. I hope I don't push this thing off these jack stands. Guess what, lovely people? They snapped in. So I loosened that a little bit to get that aligned where they can go through it. So I'm gonna tighten that up. Then I'm gonna go inside and hook up the wire harness. Let me get this straightened out here. Get this back where it belongs. And then I'm gonna go inside and hook all the wire harness stuff back up the way it's supposed to go. So let me keep working here and having fun. Woo woo! Look at there. The box is in. Got the center support in, got the wire harnesses in place. I got the knee bolster in on the driver's side. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in on the passenger side as well. Unless that one didn't have one. Let me check under the car. And I get to use my skinny wrenches today. Cause sometimes people over torque this ground wire to the airbag. You gotta torque this one twice as much as you torque this one. Next up, heater core installation and this shifter light bulb. I also had to fix this shifter window because that thing was busted up. I wish I had some pinkish or red paint for that, but I don't, so we're going to move forward. There it is, folks. New heater core, tagged and ready to go in. Let me go ahead and install this and start fixing those dash mounts. Heater core installed and the condensation drain plugged back in. Let's go work on this dash, fix these mounts, and support the ones that are not broken. I get all the parts from in here out there with it. So let me go see the busted ones. I think the main busted one that was the worst was this one right here. Let me go start gluing that together. On my way over to work on the dash, I decided to put that screw in right there. And to my surprise, all that stuff was out of alignment. I don't know why. I've been moving the lines around. I should have expected them to be out of alignment. But it was more difficult getting that screw in than I thought. I also think the tab is broken on the bracket for this dryer, and I think the dryer is hanging too low, so I'm going to check that out too. On my way to go work on that dash mount, ran into another minor issue. Kind of cosmetic, but this kind of stinks when it's not together right, so I'm going to contact glue this into here, parking brake boot. I'm also going to clean this piece up here because it's just dirty and nasty. This mount is busted up pretty bad, and it's got a side piece missing off of it that this clip holds onto. I don't even know where that is. So that's going to have to be held up with my strap. And a piece that goes under there to support it is also missing. Now this piece here is shattered, but I did notice that the felt that you see there and some of there that got stuck in the car is trying to hold the pieces. So I'm going to take these pieces and lay them on a piece of Gorilla Tape and then put some epoxy, plastic bonding epoxy, high strength, 15-minute set cure time, whatever. Mix it up and put this piece together. Then I'm going to try to glue that on there with that epoxy, and hopefully that'll hold that stuff together. So let me find me a little work area to do that with. And Mita got me some mixers. I need to find some tiny cups to mix epoxy with, something like that. And then I need to get me some acid brushes. She got me dang 100 of these, but I need to get me some acid brushes to spread this stuff. So let me grab a piece of Gorilla Tape and get to work on this. So that's how that's supposed to be together. Let me mix some epoxy, open up the cracks, close the cracks, and glue that together, and then put it over there on that mounting area. Let me see if I can find some pieces of this mount inside the car. I keep getting a good swatch of epoxy on this car, and I can't figure out why. I keep cleaning it off, and now I see it. I got a big glob of epoxy on my shirt. Yuck. Let me try to clean this off. Well, that's it for today. Hopefully that will harden. I got this piece I found over here, and hopefully it's in a good position and it will harden. And we'll finish fixing this dash in the morning and get it installed. Whoop, whoop. This black 850 T5R dynoed at about 194. That is actually lower than the stock numbers out of the box from the factory. And that's why it's kind of critical that you have a vehicle tuned, have the computer reprogrammed to compensate for the modifications that you made. If not, it's just wasted effort and money making modifications to a vehicle and not programming the computer to compensate for those changes. So we're going to have the computer reprogrammed a couple of times so that it will take advantage of the modifications that were made. Now the silver car, it dynoed at about 248, and it's had a couple of computer reflashes, but we've been having issues with check engine lights and things like that, so it hasn't maximized the potential that it has from the modifications that have been made. So just some information we wanted to share with you. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. So there you have it. Got a lot of progress done on that S70 and also those dyno numbers. You know, working on these cars like that S70, I pulled the dash out, pulled the center console out. I'm fixing insulation under the dash. I'm fixing the shifter boot. I'm fixing the shifter indicator thing. You know, that stuff adds to it, and it adds to your enjoyment of the vehicle. If I just leave that stuff broke, you just riding around with a little broken vehicle with all these little things that irritate you. But if I fix that stuff while I have it apart, takes 15 minutes something per little fix like that, and you enjoy the car a lot more. Replace a little light bulb in there so you can see what gear you're in, and just little things help. And while it's out, man, that's the time to do it. So people may not like paying an extra $50 on $1,000 job, but man, I tell you, that $50 spent is going a long way towards helping you enjoy your vehicle. So anyway, besides that, appreciate you all watching. Appreciate your support. There's links in the description area that goes towards the t-shirt printer thing I'm going to get. Also, there's a link to that Volvo post-purchase check that I recommend people do so that you protect your ride, you know. So there you have it. Have a great day.